So we are doing a full self-driving test, and we are taking a look at the software that we're on. We're on 11.3.6, and we are ready to rock and roll. Programmed in. We will only intervene if we need to. We can test the audio. The GoPro is closer to me, but yeah, just looking off the screen, it looks like the Insta360 X3 has a problem with exposure. They're currently set at the max 3200, and we'll see if the Insta360 X3 is better than the GoPro Hero 8. Oh, randomly braking there. And we'll also be testing full self-driving. So here we go. So if you haven't watched previous videos, I typically program in the same routes and use the same software that way, or I usually plan out the same routes and see how it does from time to time, so we have a comparison to make. And I try to have the test done at the same time as well. So let's merge to the left. Okay, that was actually pretty good, because we do have to make a left turn. Now there is a new setting in 11.3.6 where if I push the button to the right here, you can see that there's minimal lane changes. Now I don't have this checked on, but we'll see how this ends up working out. So there's a cop right there. We'll see if he likes the full self-driving driving. Make a left right here. No cars coming, so it should go right through. Goes right through, nice. Good left turn. And then we'll be making a complex left turn, but there probably won't be a lot of traffic up and coming, so we'll see how it goes. Pretty hard braking there. Really doesn't need to be doing that. It can come smooth to a stop, and then a little bit of jolting right there. That wasn't great. Oh, okay, that wasn't great either. And then this functionality now has this new thing here. Made a left turn into the median and over the yellow lines when it was not supposed to. So we can give it the audio feedback and provide that to Tesla. Now, you know, it has an LTE connection. It can send that. What Tesla does with that, I don't know. But I mean, I suppose it gives us the perception that we're helping them. But either way, we're sort of like, the more that I do that, the more I'm giving feedback to Tesla, where it's essentially, I'm not getting paid to work for Tesla to test this out. And, you know, people doing this should be. Ooh, left, right turn, okay. Yep, that was not great. I mean, it did it in the lanes, but it was really abrupt. So this has always been a problem here. Let's see what it ends up doing. It's stopping and not going forward. Looks like it's waiting for the right turn, so. Oh, and now it's going. Ooh, Jesus. Seemed to be making a left turn randomly and paused for the stoplight where it didn't need to. It needed to stop and go. And sometimes the 10 seconds isn't good enough, so. Alright, let's try to put it back in. So that was not good. It's handled that in a multitude of different ways, and for the most part it's been pretty good, but yeah, that one was not good at all. So So you can see here everything that it sees. There is a lane line here. Oh, and I didn't even get the left turn. That sucks. Okay. Not sure why. But it didn't go when we got the green light, so that was good to see. But yeah, it's getting the fact that there's cars and that there's lane lines going that way. Now it's crossing them up into like a huge spider web, so I'm not sure if it completely understands what it's like, what all these other things mean, but you can see the path here that it's supposed to be taking. So that's good to see. It has these crosswalks here. These are crosswalks, and then there's one right here, one right here, and one right here, and one right here. And that is all correct. And there are medians here for passengers, not passengers, but pedestrians to walk in. So that's actually all very accurate. So let's see it make this left turn here. It is super wide. So if a car was making a right turn there, it would have been not so great. So let's see how it handles as we move forward. Slowing down a bit for this right turn, so that's good. Slowing down a lot. So this car behind me is like right on my butt. So 18, 17 miles an hour, 18. So it took that pretty decently, but it just needs to slow down gradually, not like it's slowing down too early, I feel like. And then it just needs to use the regen, and then you should be good. So yeah, I think there's, again, still a lot of work to be done there. Alright, stop sign coming up to make a left. Smooth, slow down, so that was good. Pretty much a full stop. Okay, and a good left turn. Not wide, not cutting off the lines or anything like that, so that was a good left turn. Alright, I slowed it down because I didn't want to hit the deer that was crossing, so I have to watch the footage back. Slowed down for a deer crossing. Give it the feedback and then continue on its way. Yeah, I don't know if it saw it, but I don't want to hit a deer, so I'm gonna stop that before that happens. All right, we have arrived at the roundabout. 20 mile per hour roundabout. It's going pretty quick into it. Slowing down gradually, that's okay. No cars coming, so it should be good to go. So it slowed down to 17 miles an hour and turned on a right turn signal. So that was okay. I think it can do a little bit better in terms of how gradually it slows down. It could slow down a little bit more. If it's 20 miles an hour, it should slow down a little bit. That's a phantom turn signal, not turning right there, so that was not great. Then turning right here. Okay. A little bit wide, but not too bad. A little bit wide. I'm gonna turn it down to 20 here. So this in the past, it has been a little wishy-washy on deciding if this is a 2-lane road or not, and it's doing a okay job determining this, but I clearly can see it. So I mean, if cameras are as good as we say they are, it should know better than me, but it doesn't. It kind of is thinking about it, as you can see here, but it's doing an okay job. It's doing things sort of as the like last second, and I can feel the steering wheel as it does it, and it's kind of sketchy. Alright, we're almost there. And it's done in a C plus, C minus job. Alright, but it's at least split this road, which it hasn't done fully previously, so that's really good. Alright. We have arrived at our destination. Yeah, we need to make sure we're going the right way. Okay, good. Programmed in, good to go. Let's put this back here. Alright, there's a right turn signal on. Not sure why that's on. It's still on. I'm gonna make sure that it's 15. It's doing the roundabout, which is good. It's not staying on the right side very well, and that was an abrupt break right there. Speed limit has gone up, so I gotta turn that back down. We'll keep it at 18 for right now. Watch it do its magic. I mean, this is kind of crazy, right? Like, it's pretty cool. Not so great that I paid $5,000 for it, but I mean, can you imagine the bargain that it is that you have to pay $15,000 for it currently? I mean, it's doing its thing, it's doing its thing. Should go slower and cautious around this corner because it's blind. Still kind of steering in the middle, but doing much better than it was the last few versions. It does kind of sway into the middle here, where it's kind of like, oh, is this the middle? Is this 2 lanes, or is this just my lane? Still kind of confused. Again, it's doing an okay job. We can probably speed it up just a bit here. Okay. And then we're good. We're out of the neighborhood. Making a left turn here. Let's see how it does. It's braking. Should creep up. Good. Clear. Alright. Not bad. Again, all of this is with mostly no traffic, so just keep that in mind. I get that it's impressive that something's able to do this without you doing anything other than programming the navigation, but just keep in mind that the variable is people. If all cars were driving with this system, it might be different, roundabout, but it's not, so I don't know why it did the right turn signal. It has all of this mapped out properly. I feel like it should handle this better. It just doesn't handle roundabouts super well, I think. Alright, we're out of it. And it's 92 on. Yeah, over. I have some for the stop sign, making a right turn. Should slow down like better than that. Still not slowing down very good. Alright. Okay. Not smooth at all. I mean, maybe this is how I drove when I was a kid, but man, just not smooth at all. Probably slow down a bit. Alright, still trying to reroute itself, right. I don't know what the heck it's doing. Now it's trying to go back into the left lane. If there's a car anywhere near me, it would be like, what the heck are you doing? thing is still drunk. Like, what the hell is it doing? Alright, don't run into this freaking car right here. Okay. Did a good job missing that car. God, that was awful. Merging right. Pretty quick to the right lane, which is good. He's gonna do another quick jolt here to merge to the right. It's a little bit aggressive there. I mean, it is, again, in assertive, but like there's one thing being assertive and one thing being like not comfortable at all. Alright, it has not once like fully stopped, so I think I would get a ticket for that. So again, not great with that. It's gotta make a left turn. Let's do it like almost in the median, but I think you would get away with that one. Another left turn here. Good. Hard on the brakes. Really should just use the regen, nice and smooth. Yeah, I just don't really understand why there aren't parameters for it to use a specific G. Alright, to the right lane. Sort of weaved out and then went back into the right lane. Wasn't the most pleasant experience there. Alright, just braking pretty hard there. Doesn't need to brake too hard into this turn, but now it's the right turn signal. Alright, it did a little brake check at the crosswalk, which honestly, if you... Oh, raccoon. If you brake check there, there's really not a point. Is it not gonna... Didn't turn on the signal there, so that was good. Usually get a phantom turn signal there, but as you can see here, it thinks this is like... Oop, there's another raccoon. You know, it thinks there's like a bike lane here or something, or a parking spot. There's not one, so it's the visualization there is wrong, and it's still driving. So there's your left turn signal there. Usually that's a right turn signal, and then it braked there because it saw a crosswalk like too late. It's almost like it's trying to process all these things. The computer's not fast enough to process everything, which is hilarious because I'm sure the microprocessors are faster than I can do any of this, so I'm just know how to do these things. So yeah, overall still like a C. I mean, is a C better than an actual driver? I don't know. I mean, for what this thing does, like, it's pretty incredible what they've gotten it to do. The statistics say that they're safer than humans. I don't think it's safer. Like, it's definitely not safer than iDrive, and it's definitely not like safer for, you know, people around me too. So with that said, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.